Okay, now to the assignment number 1. We're talking direct, so it's x1, x2, and y1, y2. So x1 is 1, x2 is 10, and then y1 is 11, so that goes here. So we take 10 times 11, it's 110, divided by 1, that's going to be 110, okay? All right, number 2, again, 1 through 5 is all direct variation, x1, x2, y1, y2. So x, we have negative 13 and 10, and then y1 is 100. So I take 10 times 100 divided by negative 13, negative 76.92. Okay, number 3. x1, x2, y1, y2. Okay, so we have 1 and 10, x, and then y1 is 1. So it'd just be 10 times 1 is 10, divided by 1 is 10, okay? Okay, number 4. x1, x2, y1, y2. So x1 is 1, y2 is x2 is 10, then y1 is 5, so that's cross multiply and divide, you get 50. Okay. Number 5, x1, x2, y1, y2. So x1 negative 4/15 and x2 is 10. y1 is negative 105. So I take 10 times negative 105 divided by negative 4/15. I got 3,937.5. Okay, now 6 through 10 is all inverse, okay? So now it's x1, y1. Now it's x1, x2, my bad. Then y, but now it's 2, 1. Okay, so x1, x2, you have 1 and 10, just like on the first one. But now y1 was 11, so that goes here. So we take 1 times 11, 11 divided by 10, 1.1. And that makes sense, because as x gets more extreme, y gets less extreme. So 7. x1, x2, and then y2, y1. So x1, you got negative 13 and 10. y1 is 100, now that goes here. So I take negative 13 times 100 divided by 10, I got negative 130. Now that makes sense, because use the term extreme, because as x gets less extreme, then y is going to get more extreme. I don't want to say up, down, because it doesn't necessarily happen that way. Think of extreme. Okay. So x1, x2, y2, y1. So you got 1 to 10, okay? And then y1 is 1, okay? So 1 times 1 is 1. 1 divided by 10 is 0.1. You can also put 1/10 if you want. Okay, number 9. x1, x2, y2, y1. Okay, let's talk about x's. We got, on number 9, we got negative 1 and 10. Now for y, you know the y1 is 5, but you're looking for the y2 in an inverse variation. So negative 1 times 5 divided by 10 is negative 0.5. Again, compare it. X got more extreme, y is going to get less extreme. Okay, number 10, last one. And then we'll go to the story problems. x1, x2. So you got 1.2 and 10. And y2, y1. And we know the y1's 3. So it's 1.2 times 3. Divided by 10, 0.36. Again, compare it. 1.2 to 10 is more extreme, so 3 to 0.36 is less extreme. Now, story problems, number 11. A piece of lumber 2.8 meters long weighs 24.5 kilograms. How much does 0.8 meter long piece of lumber weigh? So make an X, Y. Now, it doesn't matter what your X and Y is because there's no time. We'll have this be meters and this be kilograms. So we know we got 2.8 meters, and with that is 24.5 kilograms. So that's X1 and that's Y1. Okay. Now it says 0.8 meters, 0.8, and that's X2, and we don't know what Y2 is. Okay. Now, you're going to set up your proportion because 0 meters would be 0, wouldn't weigh anything, so it's proportion. Okay. Now put your meters first, so X1, so you actually just put X1, X2, Y1, or no, don't put Y's yet, okay? Now you got to decide if it's at Y1, Y2, or Y2, Y1. Well, it depends. Put your Y label, the kilograms, and the meters. Now as the weight goes up, then the meters go up, so that's direct, okay? So that is going to be Y1, Y2, okay? So X1, X2, you got 2.8 and 0.8. Y1, Y2, well you know Y1 is 24.5, you don't know Y2. So you cross multiply and divide, you got your answer. 7, okay. 7 kg. Okay, now number 12. 2 sump pumps working at the same rate drain a flooded basement in 5.5 hours. How long would it have taken 3 sub pumps working at the same rate to drain the basement? Okay. So again, X, Y. You have a time unit, so that should be your X, hours. Then sub pumps, just put SP. Okay, I leave that up there for the 0. Okay, well what do we know? We know it takes 2 sub pumps, got the basement cleared out in 5.5 hours, 5.5. Okay, that's your X1, that's your Y1. Okay, and you got 3 sub pumps, so we know Y2 is 3. Okay, X2 we don't know, that's a question mark. Okay, so I know I got X1, X2. Now I have to decide if it's Y1, Y2, or Y2, Y1. Well, as the number of sub pumps go up, then the hours it takes go down because you have more of them working and your basement gets cleared in less time. So that's inverse. So this one we're going Y2, Y1. So X1, 5.5. I don't know X2, leave it blank. Y1 is 2, but we put that here, and then Y2 goes here. So I take 5.5 times 2, divide that by 3, just put 3.67. And that would be hours. So again, that's how to set up these variation story problems. Make your table. You know you're going to use proportions, but you're going to set them up different than you're used to, okay? X1, X2. Here you flipped it to Y2, Y1 because those units were inverse relationship. Here they were direct, so it was Y1, Y2.